Have you ever felt like you were being asked to take a huge leap of faith, to step out into the unknown, trusting that everything would work out? It's a feeling that can be both terrifying and thrilling. Today, we're diving into the story of a man who did just that. A man whose journey of faith has echoed through millennia. This is the story of Abram, later known as Abraham. Picture this. Abram is living a comfortable life in a place called Haran. He has his family, his home, his routine. Then, one day, he hears a voice, the voice of God, with an unbelievable instruction. Leave your country, your people and your father's household, and go to the land I will show you. Think about that for a second. God doesn't give him a map, a 5-year plan, or a detailed itinerary. He just says, go. And what's more, God makes an incredible series of promises. He says, I will make you into a great nation, and I will bless you. I will make your name great, and you will be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you, and whoever curses you, I will curse. And all peoples on earth will be blessed through you. Now, here's the kicker. Abram is 75 years old. His wife Sarai is 65, and they have no children. The promise of becoming a great nation must have sounded well impossible. A whole nation from a childless elderly couple. It defies all logic. This is the moment where most of us would probably ask for a few more details, right? Maybe a sign, a confirmation, anything. But what does Abram do? The Bible tells us simply, so Abram went as the Lord had told him. He packs up his entire life, his wife, his nephew Lot, all their possessions and sets out. He leaves behind everything familiar, everything secure, for a future he can't see, based solely on a promise he heard. This isn't just a move, it's a radical act of trust. He is literally walking into the unknown, one step at a time, with faith as his only guide. As Abram journeys, he builds altars to God, marking his path with acts of worship and remembrance. These altars were physical reminders of the promise that was leading him forward, even when the destination was still a mystery. It shows us that faith isn't a one-time decision. It's a continuous journey of trusting and remembering God's faithfulness along the way. Years pass, and Abram still has no heir. The promise of a great nation seems distant, maybe even forgotten. In Genesis chapter 15, God speaks to Abram again in a vision, saying, "Do not be afraid. Abram, I am your shield, your very great reward." But Abram's heart is heavy. He responds honestly, voicing his doubt. "Sovereign Lord, what can you give me since I remain childless?" He's human, just like us. He has moments of doubt and questions. And God's response is beautiful. He doesn't scold Abram for his doubt. Instead, he reassures him. He takes Abram outside and says, "Look up at the sky and count the stars if indeed you can count them." Then he says, "So shall your offspring be." In that moment, under a blanket of countless stars, Abram chose to believe it. And here we find one of the most powerful verses in the entire Bible. Abram believed the Lord, and he credited it to him as righteousness. It wasn't Abram's perfect obedience or his flawless record that made him right with God. It was his faith. It was his willingness to trust God's promise, even when it seemed impossible from a human perspective. The story of Abram is a profound lesson for all of us. Faith isn't about having all the answers. It's about trusting the one who does. It's about taking the next step even when you can't see the entire staircase. It's about believing that God's promises are more real than our circumstances. So, whatever you're facing today, a big decision, an uncertain future, a seemingly impossible situation, remember Abram. Remember his courage to leave, his patience to wait, and his faith to believe. Your journey might not involve packing up and moving to a new land, but we are all called to walk by faith. Thanks so much for spending this time with me today. If this story resonated with you, I'd love it if you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more stories that inspire and challenge our faith. Until next time, keep walking in faith.